It's been a while since we last met, and hope you're doing fine. Hope you're growing in our different aspects of our lives. That is our mental, our physical, and our spirituality, and the other aspects like parenting, relationships, our businesses, our careers. Hope you're growing. So, today I want us to share some insights that can help us on our growth and development journey. So today I want us to share the different basic values or the basic virtues or behaviors that we can pick up, that we can embrace, that we can adapt on our life journey that can help improve our lives, improve our relationships, improve our productivity, increase the chances of opportunities that we can encounter in our lives. And these are things that are not so special. You don't need to be so talented. You don't need to be so educated, so skilled. You don't have to be a genius, but simple things that you can pick up but make tremendous change in your life. Because as I've already shared that success is not something that we pursue, but something that we attract by the people we become. So as success roams around, when it finds you, how has it found you? Are you someone where it finds safe haven to rest and grow and prosper? Or is someone who will chase it away? So you must attract the success. And many times, the people we associate with, the people we hope to offer services or products, these people first buy into us before they buy our products that we offer or services. So, what is the face value that you have? How do they view? What is the perspective that they have about you? It's very important. So, you have to develop your face value by embracing some values, some behaviors, some ways of life that can help you to develop that face value and that perspective in people's eyes so that people feel confident that there is someone who will help them grow, who will help them improve, who will help them to add value to themselves, maybe to their organizations, maybe to their business, in their marriage, be it our partners, be it our employers, be it our employees, be it the business partners that we have. They have to find you valuable, someone who is ready to add value to them in order to continue on their journey of growth. So today we want to look at those virtues, and the first virtue we want to look at is honesty. Are you someone who is honest? This is a very great value, a good virtue to pick up, embrace in our life. Ensure that you are someone who can be trusted, someone who can be relied upon, someone who always fulfills their promises, someone who walks the talk, not someone who says something today and after like some time you change. You must be someone who is not easily corruptible, someone who stands by their values, someone who stands by the principles, someone who stands by your word. This is very important. When people see you as this somebody who is honest, someone of integrity, then they'll feel free and compelled to associate with you. Hence, opportunities and improved relationships. This is very important. Then another virtue that I want us to talk about is the proper use of our body language. How do we use our body language? And does it enhance our relationships with others to become better? In body language, you're going to look at different things. The dressing, how do you dress? Be it in your marriage, your relationships, at your career, in your business. As a parent, how do you dress? Does it enhance a better relationship with the people you live with? Is it appropriate to the situation? Let's look at the way we talk. How do you talk with different people, different age groups, the seniors, the elders, the young? How do you talk? Are you someone who undermines others, who talks with pride, Someone who talks while putting others down, not respecting them. You should embrace proper way of talking with people. How is your tone of talking? Do you talk with people as if you're quarreling with them, as if you already had an argument with them and you are lashing out at them? How do you talk with people? This is very important. Then another issue we want to talk about is the facial expression. How do you express your face in different situations? Why should people be sad and then you show a happy face? When people are happy, then you show sadness. What does that interpret in other people's minds? Maybe you're someone who is jealous, someone who is a sadist. Hope you get it. Then another issue is our emotions. How do you manage your emotions? Are you someone who doesn't control their temper? Someone who, because you're happy, because you become an inconvenience to others, because maybe you have something has made you happy, you start shouting all over. You don't respect others. How do you manage your emotions? Are you someone who gets angry and then just reacts anyhow, abusing everyone around? Maybe with your partner, and you are lashing out at abusive languages, uttering secrets of your partner, maybe things that you're supposed to keep at your heart, supposed to keep secret. How do you manage these emotions? It's very important. Then I want to look at also maybe in meetings, though we take ourselves, maybe we're in a meeting, we're gathering and they're asking people to clap. Maybe you're honoring, there is someone being honored. You take that initiative to clap as others are doing. And when you don't do it, what does that mean? What does that show to the rest? Maybe stand up for someone to honor them. Are you doing it or you're not doing it? These are the non-verbal communication, but they drop too much volume about us into other people's minds. So we should be mindful about it. Let's look at the sitting postures. How do you sit? Maybe you're going for an interview. How do you sit? Maybe you're at a function. How are you seated? At home, with your children, how do you sit? What's the posture? You go for a visit, maybe as a family, you go to visit another family. How do you sit? It is very important. It reveals something about you. So we must look into these issues and make sure we adapt the better way. We improve the way we communicate non-verbally. It is so important. Then another virtue that I want us to look at is we should embrace open-mindedness. Open-mindedness is so important. Who is someone with an open mind? This is someone who is ready to accept criticism. When they do something and doesn't go well and someone notices and they try to correct you, that you can accept this criticism and be ready to change. You understand? That is open-mindedness. Someone who is objective. You think different perspectives. Maybe there's a situation and you don't just subject your mind or your thoughts on that situation, but someone who reads the situation, who understands the situation, who investigates, who responds, not reacts. Someone who thinks of different perspectives of why did this come about? Who could have caused it? What went wrong? You understand? That is someone who is having an open mind. Someone who embraces continuous learning. Someone who is ready to learn. Because when you stop learning, you stop growing. So you should be someone who embraces continuous learning. In different things, you can never know everything. You should always continue learning. This is something that will improve your relationship with people. Then open-mindedness also involves being someone who embraces change. Someone who is not rigid at changes. Because different situations will come and you have to change. Because in life, it is 10% that happens to us, but 90% is how we respond to what happens to us. So how are you responding to what happens to you? How are you responding to the changes that have come into your life. That is open-mindedness. You understand? We should embrace constructive feedback. That is open-mindedness. Feedback that helps in you growing. Maybe someone has done something wrong. Always reach out to correct them. Give them the feedback that helps them to grow. And the same applies to you. Once you are corrected, always embrace that correction and change and improve for the better. That is all open-mindedness. You understand? You must be ready to compliment others. Be able to compliment others for their good. That is being open-minded. Commend others for the good that they are. That's being open-minded. Someone who welcomes different opinions of people and ideas. That is open-mindedness. It is a great virtue to adapt. Because people will not see you as someone who pushes them away, but someone who is welcoming. Someone who is ready to work with other people. Then another virtue is proper time management. How do you manage your time? Because in life, we all have 24 hours. How are you utilizing your time? Are you utilizing it on productive activities, or are you utilizing your time on things that are just draining you, things that are pushing you down? Proper time management is so crucial. Are you punctual? Are you someone who promises something at a particular time and you fulfill it? Are you someone who honors invitations? Maybe meetings. Do you arrive on time? Or you want to go in a meeting and you arrive when people are almost finishing the meeting? Do you respect other people's time? Do you plan your activities? Do you execute activities that you plan on to do? Or you are a procrastinator? You should avoid procrastination. Pushing to tomorrow or another time the things that you're supposed to do. That is not proper time management. So are you disciplined with your time? Do you respect other people's time? It is very crucial. Because the more you manage your time well, it increases your productivity. If you work with a sense of urgency, knowing that you don't have unlimited time, but you apportionate your time well and in different activities, and you complete those activities, those tasks as required, it is very important. It shows that you're someone who is responsible and someone who respects others and who respects the little time that you have. It is very crucial. You should schedule your activities, not just jumping onto them, this and that, this time you are doing this, again you are jumping on this one before you accomplish the different tasks. So you should be ready and be someone who accomplishes tasks before you go onto another task. Are you someone who is ready to sacrifice some time for the things that help you grow, that help you to improve? It is very crucial, a virtue to embrace. Then another virtue I want us to talk about is hard work, effort, and persistence. How do people view you? Do they see you as someone who is hardworking, someone who puts effort in what you do, someone who is persistent in what you do? Because as you know, effort is the backbone for every growth. There is nothing that will grow unless you put some effort. Unless you put some extra effort, you put an extra hour, you put some extra advice, some extra questioning into what you are doing. Being curious enough to move into another level that can improve you. Hard work. Are you someone who strategizes, who tries different things to ensure you reach the goal that you are chasing? Maybe you have reached a certain point and there's some obstacles, but you are doing everything needed to ensure that you overcome those obstacles. That is hard work, and that is effort. That is so important, that will help you improve your relationships. Always consistent, showing consistent efforts in what you are doing. Always showing up consistently, maybe at your work, at your career, at your business, always there for your family and doing the hard work, maybe for your children, maybe for your partner. Where they need you, you are there. You are putting the efforts needed to make the family better. You understand? It is so important when people see you as that person. Are you someone who is focused on your project? The project that you choose to do, are you focused on it to ensure that it comes out successful? Do you seek advice that is required from the people maybe who have done it better so that you make sure you gather all the knowledge and the wisdom to ensure your project or your endeavor goes as planned? You understand? Are you someone who draws plans in what you are doing to ensure that everything goes on well? It goes as planned. How are you going to move from point A to point B? That is very important because hard work and effort ensure that you are action oriented, that you are always putting action first instead of wishing. Because as you know, one action taken or a step taken is better than 1,000 wishes or is better than 1,000 intentions. So this is hard work and effort. These are the ones that show action. It is so crucial. Hardworking people are the people who always run for progress in everything they do. They ensure that something is moving. They are moving a step. Not just lamenting, not just staying there and wishing for things to become better, but they are putting the efforts. They are putting the action to make sure things go as they want them to go. That is a very crucial virtue to embrace in your life, and this will improve your chances of opportunities, your chances of better relationships with others. If you read the book of Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, there's that part where they talk about the gold miner. There's one who was digging gold, and as he was approaching, he gave up. Then he sold the gold mine to another person. And this other person just dug something very short and reached the gold. So never giving up, being hardworking, putting the effort is so important. You never know how close you are to attain your goal. Always push. Let that be your face value that people see in you. It will enhance your relationships and your productivity. Then another virtue is good work ethics. Let's embrace these good work ethics. These are the principles, the set of values, and the guidelines for your professional work or in whatever you do. Some of these things you'll not be taught about them, but they are so crucial in whatever you are doing. Very simple. It displays how valuable you are, how principled you are. These ethics. Are you someone who is dependable? Can people depend on you? Are you someone who is accountable? Someone who is responsible? Or are you someone who will always be giving excuses? Someone who will always be blaming others? That's not good work ethic. You must be someone who can be relied upon by others. You understand? Someone who is dedicated to your work, to what you are doing, dedicated to your family, dedicated to your relationship, dedicated to your business. Someone who respects the others that you're working with. Someone who takes initiative in what you do. Someone who is always looking for something new to improve your work. Someone who always do research to ensure that you make your work better. Someone who focuses on what you are doing. It is very important. A virtue to embrace. And this will improve your relationships. It will improve your productivity and increase your chances at work. Then another virtue is good open communication. We should embrace this virtue. Are you a person who will always be backbiting others, someone who see a fault at others and then you just backbite them with other people instead of confronting them and telling them this and this is not right. Put it right. That is the someone you should be. Because as we know, communication is two-way. It is what we present to others and the ability to listen to others or receive information from others. How do you present your information? Are you confident to present what you have? Do you prepare what you have to talk to others? Do you mind? Are you critical on what you should communicate? There's some things that can cause fire, that can just ignite fire in relationships. Do you mind leaving them out, not communicating them, or finding a way of wrapping them up in a better way and present them in a better way? That is good open communication. Then how do you receive your communication? Do you listen attentively? Are you someone who is always attentive? Someone who takes away the distractions and gives chance to someone to communicate to you? Are you always loud in your communication to others? Do you use the appropriate tools to communicate? Do you follow the channels, the hierarchy of communication? Maybe do you first talk to your immediate supervisor before you go to to the top management? This is so important. Use the right tools, because there are some things where you just need not to make a telephone call, but you need to go and reach out to the person. Do you knock before you enter offices? Do you respect the communication? Do you respect your juniors? And do you respect your seniors in the way you communicate with them? Or you communicate with pride? This is very important. It will help you to enhance your relationships and improve your productivity, as well as increase your chances of opportunities in life. Then another virtue that we can look about is being optimistic versus pessimism. Being optimistic, someone who is positive, not looking at obstacles all the time, not looking at negativities. What happens to you and what do you do about it? You face an obstacle. How are you going to view this obstacle? Are you viewing it as a wall that has blocked your movement? Or you are viewing it as something that you can tramp over and then grow higher, that you can use as wings, as stepping stones, as a bridge to cross to the other side that is better? Is that how you view obstacles? That is the person you should be. That is someone who is optimistic. Someone who is optimistic is someone who is anticipating the future, but not apprehending the future. Because when you apprehend the future, you will fear even to set goals. You will fear to undertake different tasks. You will fear to reach out. You will fear to take action because you think there is no brightness in that future. But when you anticipate the future, you'll be someone who will set goals. Someone who will always move an extra mile into the future. Someone who will always have a vision and move towards that vision. Make all the plans and actions to move towards that vision. That is someone who is optimistic. Someone who always views the best in others. You don't just dwell on the negatives or on their wrongs, on their mistakes, but you also view the other side of how important they are, how good they are to your relationship. Optimism helps you to fail forward. Maybe you encounter some challenges. Maybe you fail at something. It helps you to know that failure is part of the journey. That is being optimistic, being open, being positive. Because when you are so drilled into the negatives, even the good opportunities will pass by you. So you must always embrace optimism. It is so good. Because it will enable you to set goals, it will enable you to see, to have a great view of the world, or great view of your work. and you view it in such a way that you are eager to go for it. You are eager to work on such different products or different projects in your undertaking. It is so crucial, a virtue. Then another virtue we can look at is appreciativeness or being grateful. It is very important to be grateful because there's a saying, an English saying, that what is appreciated is always repeated. Do you appreciate what others do for you? Do you respect and value other people's efforts? Or you think you are entitled to what they are doing for you, hoping, reaching out to help you? You think that you are entitled to that? Do you appreciate their efforts? Then do you appreciate yourself? Do you appreciate who you are? Do you appreciate your efforts that you put in whatever you do? Do you appreciate them? Avoid that issue of entitlement. Avoid entitlement mentality. Thinking that what others are doing, you are entitled for them to do it for you. It's not. They are putting efforts, they are putting thoughts into helping you. Then are you reaching out to help others? Or you're just on the receiving side? You're not ready to give out. You're not ready to reach out to help others. That's not being appreciated. That's not being grateful. Are you patient? Are you someone who starts a project and wait patient? You need to grow as you put in effort, and you delay gratification. Do you mind your efforts? Do you mind how far you have come into something so that you respect the time and the efforts that you have put in, that they matter, and so you don't have to take things for granted and just lose out all that you have done? It is very important, a virtue to embrace. Then another virtue we can look at is enthusiasm, being enthusiastic. You should embrace this, you should pick up this. Enthusiasm is this positive energy that we can display, that can excite us, cause excitement, cause motivation into others to execute different tasks. This is enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is contagious. Many times you have seen some people, maybe in offices, at some different tasks, and they are doing their best to ensure that they come out of this task as a winning team. Enthusiasm helps to build teamwork. People believe, someone who is enthusiastic believes that they must win as a team. As long as the work is for a team, they must struggle to ensure that they win as a team. You see different sports, maybe football and other sports, maybe basketball. There are some players who are enthusiastic, who will always push others to do some more efforts, to act in a way that will help the team come out as winners. This is enthusiasm. It is so important in our day-to-day execution of actions and work. It builds motivation, as I told you, and excitement. It helps to keep you moving. It keeps the fire burning, that energy to keep moving on despite the hardships, despite the obstacles. Enthusiasm will always help you to strive through. It is so important to embrace. And this is when others see you as someone who is enthusiastic, someone who is not giving up, someone who is ready to go, who has the fire, who has the excitement and the energy to move on, people will always be attracted to you. And hence success will be attracted to you. Hence chances of opportunities will come to you. People will not hesitate to throw out the different opportunities available to you. If you are someone who is so enthusiastic, it is so important to pick up. Then another virtue we have to look at is adaptability, being flexible and prepared in different ways and different environments. How do you adapt to different environments? Maybe you move from one place of work to another. You are shifted from one location to another. How do you adapt? Are you ready to adapt? Are you someone who is having contingency plans in what you do? Someone who is ready to apply different plans to ensure that you don't fail out, that you don't lose the momentum in what you are doing. This is being adaptable. Someone who is ready to work with different people of different walks of life. Because as you know, this is now a global world. We are working with people of different backgrounds who come from different areas with different values, different ways of life. And are you ready to adapt, to embrace the change? That is adaptability. Are you ready to embrace change? Because change is always inevitable in our lives. It will always be there, it will always come. But are you ready to embrace this change? That is being adaptable, being flexible. At whatever task you are executing, if you reach an obstacle, are you ready to maneuver through, to think of different ways, to persist, to resist? You understand? To build that strong resilience in order to move to the next level. It is so crucial. Always having backup plans that help you to act as fallback positions in whatever you do, which will act as also the stepping stones or the cushions, then push you ahead in life. Then another virtue, I think the last virtue that we can look at is financial discipline. Financial discipline is very important, a virtue to embrace, to adapt, to pick up at whatever stage. Because if you cannot manage the small items, the small values, then people will not be willing and ready, will not be compelled to pull you up or to connect with you into bigger ventures. You have to be someone who manages your finances well, financially, someone who is disciplined in your finances, someone who saves regularly, someone who budgets, someone who is always paying off their loans or debts. Because as you know, different companies, maybe some companies in your careers, they offer different types of loans. Maybe school fees loan, asset loans, construction loans, so study loans. So you must display this virtue of proper financial discipline. Someone who pays off your loans. You're not someone who is always given a loan and then after like some 1 month, 2 months, then you decide I'm quitting the job. You understand? So you want to evade the loan. You want to go with people's debts that you don't want to pay. It is not the best way to behave, the best behavior that will push you ahead. It will not. To just drain you down. When people see you as someone who is financially indisciplined, someone who is so impulsive in your purchases, it will be very dangerous for you. That will not build a great face value for you. Because sometimes in our organizations or in our lives or maybe our relationships, some people have different issues or problems. Maybe they need someone who will help them financially. And once you display yourself as someone who is financially disciplined, people will always welcome you to work with you. How do you behave with your money? There are some people, when they get money, they cease to exist as normal people. They become different. They become proud. They feel so big. You understand? So you should embrace financial discipline as a great virtue. This is so important for you personally. Financial discipline, very important for you personally to manage your finances well. And for you in your career, in your business. Because if you can't manage your business well and you can't manage your finances, it will fail. You understand? And it is very important for you and your relationships with others. How do you manage other people's money? Do you just use other people's money carelessly? Do you don't mind other people's money? You don't respect other people's money? Someone puts you in their business to work, maybe as a cashier. and you're just stealing the money. That's not the best way to display yourself financially. You understand? You're a manager of a company. Maybe you're an accountant. You must be financially disciplined. This will help you to enhance your relationships with others and enhance your growth, both financially and also productively. It is so important. So, for being here with me, for moving up to this far, thank you so much. And if you found this video good for you with some lessons to pick up, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new person on this channel, subscribe to this channel so that we can go together. Thank you so much. Meet in our next video on our personal development journey.